HCU head coach Ryan Pratt. Coach, the season is upon us. Just talk about some general thoughts heading into the 2025 campaign.
You know, Kyle, thanks for having me, first of all. Appreciate you putting this on for us and all the other coaches in the OVC. But I think we're just excited to get going, just excited to kind of see where everything is, where we have made improvements, what the season and the team look like as we unfold here and begin in the next couple of days.
Well, last season, really successful in conference play, made it to the championship game of the tournament, came up just short in overtime. Talk about building off that, which what I thought was a real big success for your team.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. We we kind of used, although we were very disappointed in the outcome of that championship match. We've used that as a battle cry, if you will, for lack of a better term, to make sure that we kind of stay focused, to know that we were really close to what we wanted to achieve last year, but we didn't make it. We didn't win anything. And so that's kind of been our motivating factor, even in through the spring of last year. Is look, we got close, we were almost there, but we didn't finish the job. And so that's kind of a little bit about where we're kind of entering the season, is making sure we get to the right spots in conference, making sure we do what we need to do, and then ultimately put ourselves in a position to finish the job.
When I look at your roster, you have some key players back who were difference makers for you last year. Can you talk about some of those returning players and then just how you mix returners with some newcomers?
Yeah, so we're obviously excited to have, I'm assuming you mean Ryan Okarai and hopefully Alessandro Herrera and hopefully our goalkeeper Alex Aiken as well. If those are the guys that you're referring to, then yes, we're excited to have all three of those guys back. Those guys are certainly pillars in our program over the last 3 and 4 years. And we're very excited to have those guys back and excited to have those guys do what they do and be able to showcase who they are, both as people, but also as athletes. How we integrate the other guys in and around us, we brought in 3 or 4 guys in the spring that were able to acclimate and get kind of on the same page as everybody else, but that still leaves 10 or 11 guys that we've got to get into camp, involved in training and how everything goes, and trying to get them up to speed. And anytime you have only 2 weeks to do that, it's a challenge. And so we feel like we're in a good spot, heading in the right direction. We've got a lot of good pieces. It's just a matter of how those pieces kind of come together and how soon they kind of come together.
Do you see a strength in your team right now? And will that be a strength maybe all season, or there's some other areas that may become strengths for you?
Yeah, I mean, Cal, I think you just answered your own question. I think we see some strengths. I hope that there are other areas in our team that maybe we don't see right now that maybe evolve into strengths of us and ours. I think one of the things that we have that's in our team right now is experience. Even though we only have, 4 guys on our team as seniors this coming year, we have a lot of guys that played a lot of minutes last year and made a deep run into the conference tournament. And that kind of experience you can't replicate or duplicate. You have to earn that experience. And now that we have that experience, we hope that can help drive us to an even higher level and drive us further forward.
What about the conference as a whole? Now you've gone through 2 years, you've made the road trips, you've played everybody, you sort of know what it's like. What are your general thoughts of it, and just what do you expect it to be like this year?
I think anytime you become more familiar with your surroundings, you're able to know what to expect and you can control the surroundings and control the environment. Anytime as a coach, you have that ability to control how you do things. I think it helps you and your team just from a contentment, from a familiarity perspective, and allows you to be a lot more comfortable. And so, certainly, you mentioned the venues. Travel within Ohio Valley Conference is not easy. You fly into airports and you drive 2 hours to get to campus sites and what have you, and it takes a big toll on the body, and not even the body, but the mental side of it as well. And so, just knowing what you're in for before you go there, knowing what to expect when you get to these places is all more of a just a calming factor on the mind and the mentality.
Another coach said he learned where to eat and where not to eat when he goes to these
Yeah,
places. Is that the
that's
same?
100%. Sometimes you don't get to choose because there's only 4 or 5 places you can choose from.
Well, before we get to conference play, you obviously have a non-conference schedule. Talk a little bit about that, and you got some good names on it looking up and down, and how you hope that prepares you for the league.
Yeah, we're in a fun spot. You know, we in Texas we only have a certain number of Division I teams in Texas, so we have to go outside and find some different opponents, which is fun for us. So, we're obviously hosting our opening weekend teams with Drake and Pacific, and then get to host UMass Lowell, and then we get to host Gonzaga as well, and then going out to FGCU, and then obviously another Ohio Valley member coming in 2026, UTRGV, who we're very familiar with, and then Oral Roberts is sprinkled in there as well, and so with the trip out to San Diego, and so we're excited about the conference schedule. We've Sorry, the non-conference schedule. Excuse me. We're excited about the non-conference schedule as we get into our conference schedule and kind of how those teams will both prepare us for what we're going to see in our conference.
It's mid-August. Between now and November 1st, what are one or two of the most important things your team needs to do to be successful at the end of the year?
Kyle, I'm going to double down on what I said last year. And last year, I told you guys that we weren't a great set piece defending team, and ultimately we were very good throughout the course of the year last year, except for one moment in the championship match that cost us the game. And so, our goal is to continue to shore up on those defensive set pieces to make sure that we attack the ball, that we get first contact, that we do all the things that we're supposed to be doing to not give away goals in those scenarios and in those situations that we just want to make teams earn those goals and make them beat us throughout the run of play, if that's the case. And so for us, that's going to be another big key. And then for us is, you saw kind of the way we play and how we play, and we hope that we continue to manipulate the game with and through possession. And so our reaction to turnovers, our counter pressing, those kinds of tactical situations that we find ourselves in, we have to make sure that we master those and that we don't get caught in situations that may cost us from that perspective as well.
Well, Coach, know you're a busy person. Appreciate your time. Just best of luck to you and your team all season long.
Yeah, thank you, Cal. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.